So, today I would like to give you very basic Japanese language. So first one is how to say yourself. So this is very, very simple. I'm John. I'm John is 私はジョンです。私はジョンです。So 私は I'm John です。So this means so when you say something very formal way, so you put the word in the end, John です。私は I am, for example, and you can say 私は John, but it's in the Japanese conversation, it's very weird if someone says like 私は John. It's okay, and it does mean you were John. I'm a John. However, it makes you more proper if you put the this in the end. 私は John です。So, however, in the daily conversation, we're not gonna say Japanese people are not saying 私は John です for self-introduction. Simply say ジョンと言います。For example, ジョンと言います。ジョンと言います。So, and then you have to be very, very careful about the accent. So, Japanese language and the Japanese phrase doesn't have a strong or weak, accent in the phrase or in sentence. For example, so you may emphasize, I'm John. However, in Japanese, you do not have any, emphasize like John と言います。No, ジョンと言います。So very simple way, no accent, very straightforward. So, and then back to the 私は John です。So this is a very, 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 very how to say proper language, and also the grammatically it is correct. However, in the daily in the daily conversation, and especially the daily the introduction, it's okay. You only say ジョンと言います。ジョンと言います。So you may be unfamiliar with 言います。So 言います is actually you can call me. So you this is very, very difficult for you to understand. 言います。言います the basically meaning the you equals say. So you 何々を言う。So for example, I say this. I say this. 私はこれを言います。私はこう言います。I say this way, for example. 違うな。I say hello. I say hello. 私はこんにちはと言う。So, 言う and 言います is more polite way, a formal way. And but originally it actually the verb means 言う. So, ジョンと言う. So, ジョンと言う is very, very strange. And we don't say ジョンと言う. ジョンと言います. So, yeah, if you have some opportunity for you to have the self-introduction to others, you can say ジョンと言います。or 私の名前はジョンです。So maybe 私は or like 私の名前は、私の名前は John です。My name is John. So name is exactly the same word between Japanese and English. 名前. Sorry, not exactly the same. So name is here. But 名前, it's very similar. It's just a miracle because 名前 no name. So there's no intention, but it's very miracle. It's very similar. 名前 name. And the spell is very similar. Name で名前. So 私の名前はジョンです。私の名前はジョンです。You can say that, but it's a little bit strange. So, ジョンです。Simply say ジョンです。or ジョンと言います。I think I prefer saying ジョンと言います。Ask Japan と言います。So, and then go back to the 私は。However, so 私は the phrase 私は I'm is very convenient, or you can use in many various ways, different situation. For example, let me see. 私は for example, 寒いです。Remember, this is the same. So if you say something very formal and politely, you can put the this in the end. And the 寒い. Here, 寒い means cold. I'm very cold. I'm cold. I feel cold. I'm cold. So, 私は寒いです。So you can use the same phrase, same words. 私は寒いです。What you remember? 私はジョンです。John is the noun, and 寒い is adverb. So you can use just switch the objective from the noun or adjective. So adjective you can use the I'm cold. 私は寒いです。And then again, the same way as I explained to you that when you have the self introduction of your name, so just simply say 寒いです。But you're not gonna say like ジョンと言います。寒い言います。There's no way that you can say 寒い言います。There's no way. So only the name, the situation that you introduce yourself and you want to say your name, ジョンと言います。You can, but 寒いと言います。Very strange. We don't say 寒いと言います。But 私は is very convenient word. So maybe the first phrase that you have to put into your mind will be, I recommend you remember 私は and this. Yeah, I guess the format you should put into your mind will be 私はほにゃらら this. And you can put many different words in here, like explained John, the individual name, and Samui, the adverb, or like 暑いです。暑いです。暑い means really hot. So I'm hot. I don't think it's the same meaning. It is hot. Actually, it is hot. And sorry, I made a mistake. It is cold, not I'm cold. I'm cold is more like, having a cold, catch a cold. So it is cold today. It is hot today. 私は暑いです。私は暑いです。暑いです。私は暑いです。言うかなI'm wondering if I say 私は暑いです。It's very strange. For Japanese people, we not can say 私は暑いです。Sorry, you don't say that. But actually, it does make sense. And you can communicate to others and what you want to say. But maybe, again, the name. じゃあ、omit 私は暑いです。And maybe this is more common way that we can use. 寒いです。ね。So instead of the conclude the phrase this, you can put the ね。暑いですね。暑いですね。暑いですね。It's more like, when you want to agreement. So isn't it? Or like, is it cold? Is it hot today? Isn't it? So isn't it? So if you want to express the isn't it, like, the phrase isn't it in English, 暑いですね。暑いですね。So 暑いですね。So yeah, even though I have given you the very, very convenient format, 私は〇〇〇〇私は XXX です。But even if you remember this phrase, and all you have to is just to change. So, like, explain that actually you can communicate to the others, and at least you can express your feeling that you want to express. For example, it is hot, it is cold. So, but yeah, I will go with the simply forget about the 私は暑いですね. And 暑いですね. Simply say, I simply add ね in the end. 暑いですね. So 私は. However, in the vocabulary, so like explained, 私は is very, very much the first phrase that you can remember. So 私は. Okay? So, and then, so maybe you may be wondering, what is the opposite subject of the watashi, meaning the me and you and I and you. So watashi means I, it's I, me, myself. Subject is yourself, watashi. And then あなた。あなたは。あなた。あなた means you are. So you are my, for example, you are my love. あなたは私の You are my love なんていうかな You are my love あなたは私の愛する人長いなちょっとな It's too long but 愛する人です Actually it's a little bit longer than I thought. So you are my love. It's very difficult for Japanese people to translate you are my love itself. But あなたは what I want to say is you are is あなたは my love. So forget about my love. My love is very complicated. And 私の愛する人です。But remember this. So this. So when you very the convenient word, the put put the this in the end, the phrase would make more formal or polite. あなたは私の愛する人です。So yeah, you can omit this. 愛する人 my love. Some person who I love you, who I love. So あなたは so 私は and あなたは But I think you maybe use あなたは more often when you ask something to others. For example, あなたは so for example, who are you? Who are you? So, who are you? あなたは誰ですか Again, this again. So, あなたは誰ですか Who are you? Who are you? So, yeah, you know what I'm trying to say is, あなたは So, for Japanese people, あなたは this phrase, あなたは we often use あなたは in the question. あなたは誰ですかあなたはどこに For example, where you want to go? Where you want to go? あなたはどこに行きたいですか Where you want to go? どこに行きたいですか So, but you have to remember just a simple way. あなたは、私は、me, myself, I, and あなたは you. And so, well, usually, not usually, I should say always when you use the 私, あなた, or something like he or she, he, 彼 she, 彼女 wa so it always put after subject 私 あなた he彼彼女 wa so for example he is John 彼は John です and for example she is Stefan. No, Stefan is the male name. She is Karen. So 彼女は Karen です。彼女は Karen です。But でも言うかな。I'm wondering if for Japanese people if we use the 彼女は彼は誰々です。I think yeah we use it. We use the phrase 彼は何をします But it's more like not the the oral conversation but more like written novel in the novel or written conversation over phrase not the oral verbal conversation but again so today is a very, very simple way for you to remember a very, very simple word. I, 私 You, あなた He, 彼 She, 彼女私 I あなた You 彼 He 彼女 She and always you put は So in English I am, you are, he is, she is. So 3 different verbs. However, here in Japan, it is always the same. 私は あなたは、彼は、彼女は。So yeah, I think that today's lesson for you to put into your mind will be 私、あなた、彼、彼女 and わ。So, and then remember, maybe this is another word in today's lesson I have used many times. This. So this, only this doesn't mean anything. This. So when you say just only simply this, and maybe Japanese people cannot understand what you are trying to say. So 私はthis is very strange. But 私は XXX です。私は John です。So you are, for example, あなたはカレンです。あなたはカレンです。Not to no for Japanese people, we're not gonna say that, but it actually doesn't mean, and you can communicate to the others. And 彼はジョンです。彼はジョンです。Yeah, it's definitely we use 彼はジョンです。And 彼女は、サラです。彼女はサラです。She is Sarah. 彼女はサラです。Yeah, we definitely use the phrase 彼女は彼はサラです。That with the exact the individual name. So that's all for today. So today I have just given you the basic, very very basic words when the 私、あなた、彼、彼女はです。And maybe ね remember ね isn't it? There more agreement when you want to more agreement. So you say ね in the end.